Guys, I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. So I was over an hour late to stream because I thought first I thought it was my Apple iPhone. Then I thought it was VTS. Then I thought it was Linux. Then I switched my Proton hotfix because I got scared and I was like, what if it is really Linux? So before stream, to those that don't know what happened, I like noticed when I turned my face to the right, everything was fine. When I turned my face like this, everything was fine. When I turned it like this, everything was fine. When I turned my face to the left, I suddenly froze and I was like, why am I freezing? Like, I need to be able to read chat. So I couldn't turn my face to the left and I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever, I'll just deal with it. Because I restarted my phone and that didn't do anything. And I was like, what? Why didn't it do anything? And then I changed my IP address. I reconnected on VTS. I was like, okay, that should work. And then I thought it was my computer and I got really paranoid, so I restarted my computer and it wasn't my computer. So then I changed my Proton hotfix. And so like the problem was when I was in the app and then I left the app, like when I had VTS open on my PC, it has this bright green neon background and it illuminates my face a lot. But when I leave it to go to OBS, my face turns like it turns gray because the background is gray of OBS, and so the darkness made my face like less illuminated, so it froze. And I was like, why does it keep freezing every time I leave BTS? And it turns out because I had a freaking smudge on my camera. And the only way I figured this out is because I was so frustrated. I stood up and I put my hands on my head and I was like, wait, why does it track better when I'm standing away from my PC? And that's when I looked at the camera and I realized my camera was screwed up. It's never hardware, bros, when it's hardware. This is my fault. I punched it up. And I was so mad. But hey, I didn't blame Windows. And I didn't blame Linux. Hi guys, welcome in. I'm so sorry. Wait, that was so dumb. But this is the #1 rule of Mikan tech streams. I'm an end user, so 95% of my problems are my fault. How you guys doing? Imagine what her phone looks like. Dude, I thought it was because I had too many apps open on my phone. So I was like, let me like close all the apps I had open. I had literally every app open on my phone. And so I was like swiping up for like a solid like 45 seconds. But anyways, welcome. Barmy, thank you so much for the 6 months at tier 1. I appreciate it. That's 39 months, which is like 4 babies. How does it feel being a single mom? That's crazy, Barmy. You've been there since conception. That's so cool. Literally conception. 4 conceptions. You blamed Apple through, which is always appropriate, but surprisingly not the issue this time. Yeah, I kind of need to get beaten. I feel like I need to get beaten for that. Because I got upset at Apple for no reason. I should say, I'm sorry, Apple. I'm sorry. You know, I've come from this journey of researching to realize not only is Windows 10 times worse than you imagine it is, but Apple's actually surprisingly not as bad for what it was made for, if that makes sense. Like, I appreciate that they don't try to cater to gamers, because they're definitely not built for games. Dude, what? Dude, what? I really... Jesus, you use your phone like a boomer. What? Because I have a smudge on my camera? I'm gonna look down and there's gonna be a roach on my shirt. I'm scared now. Grandma Mikan, your phone is slow because every single app is running. No, listen. I heard people say that if you force close a bunch of apps, it actually makes your phone run slower because it makes it harder to reopen them all on your phone. So I was like, okay, I'll stop force closing. Because I used to be like a force close like demon. I'll force close every app. You use your phone like 5 bucks. That's your screen and 20 open tabs. Wait! I have... Okay, so I actually have a reason why my camera was dirty. Okay, yeah, I got my hands recently on a secondhand MacBook. It's been a pretty decent experience. Yeah, see? Mac is weird. I could never use Mac. I could never tolerate it. But I've seen a lot of people use, like, Mac for dev work, which is surprising. Like, one VTuber that I see do a lot of programming. She does like reverse software engineering. Her name is Asahilina, and she does like work on Mac. It's really cool and super weird, and I don't get it, and it's confusing and it's scary. But I used to be like an Apple shitter, but I just realized it's because the front end of Apple is shitty and really annoying and hard to use and annoying. But anyways, she runs Linux on her Mac. See, yeah, it's the hardware or whatever. I don't know. But I'm sure I'm not ready. Okay, so guys, I will tell you the real reason. So I started my girl week yesterday, and I was laying in bed this morning, and I was like, oh, I don't feel good. So I slept in, and my dog didn't like that. And so when I first adopted my dog, she was an angel. Because when I first adopted her, actually the week I adopted her, I got COVID. And she laid with me all week in bed, except like obviously my mom took her out and fed her and stuff. But she laid with me with her head on my chest all week when I had COVID. And I was like, oh, Annie, I love you. But now if I'm even like 10 minutes late to waking up in the morning to take Annie out, she starts going with her like nose. I don't know how she does it, but that sound is really weird. And then she takes her paw and she puts it right on my eyeball and sometimes on my neck. So today she grabbed me by my neck with her paw, and she did that thing where she like retracted her claws, and they like went on my neck, and I was like, but like she did it 3 times in a row, and I was starting to get pissed off. So I was like, I'm gonna take a video of it. But I kept trying to like turn my, I just woke up and it was like really difficult. So I started turning my like, what's it called? I started turning my camera back and forth, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with my camera. And I like kept like trying to take a video of my dog like stepping on my neck, but then I dropped my phone on myself. Maybe her bladder's having trouble. She's just impatient. She likes her morning walks and her morning sniffs. And like she will literally like stick her claws on me. I don't know if anybody else's dogs does this, but I need to figure out who the boss is. Literally. So, I know some dogs will like whine in the morning, but my dog doesn't whine. She like exhales through her nose and she grumbles. And then she slaps her arm on me. And I don't think she knows it hurts me. But if she does, then she's hurting me a lot. Butter hands. I just woke up. It's hard to... So I have like 8 videos in my camera roll of my wall. Because I couldn't figure out how to turn the camera around while I just woke up. Because I was sick, okay? I woke up and I was like, The only reason I'm even able to stream right now is because I have took like 4 ibuprofens today. I shouldn't have. I need you to demonstrate those sounds. Well, she doesn't inhale. Because, okay, so my dog... I did react like saying ouch. But I don't think she cares. So my dog used to have heartworm. And she had it so severely. This was before she became my dog. But she got scarring in her throat. But then after she treated it, the heartworm went away, but the scarring is still there. So she'll go like... When she inhales, like first thing in the morning, that's like what she does. And it kind of sounds like, I don't know, there's a lot of men in this chat, so maybe men do it. I notice men tend to do it because I have a dad and I have a brother. But dads and brothers do this. They wake up early in the morning and they go in the sink. I don't really get what they're doing, but they're definitely doing something. Your stomach's gonna melt. Why? I'm not eating my dog. Oh, because I had too many ibuprofen. I know, but I had it in the morning and then I had it before stream, so I'm feeling okay. Brushing teeth. Yeah, but when I brush my teeth, I'm like... Bzz, bzz, bzz. But guys are always like... My dad does that. That's really scary, and sometimes I'm like, Dad, are you okay? And he's like, I'm just brushing my teeth. I don't get that. Malachi Prophet, thank you so much for the 1 month at tier 3. Why do I read it like that? That's like kind of like... It feels like I'm shaming people. Thanks for the 1 month at tier 3. That's not nice. How do I say thank you more thankfully? I feel like I'm not being thankful enough. I could do it like they do at restaurants and it's someone's birthday. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. My tummy you shall rub. Is that good? I like that. Rub my belly. Rub my belly. I actually like getting my belly rubbed, but nobody will rub my belly. Life is so sad. Oh, thank you. I will use your money to buy dinner. I actually went to a restaurant a couple days ago. I forgot what happened. Oh yeah, so I like just randomly got sad. a couple days ago, I was like thinking about like sad stuff, and I got sad, and I was like, I'm gonna treat myself. And I tried to go out to a restaurant, and they started singing right next to me for someone else's birthday, and I was like sitting there, and I was like, oh, I really don't like going to restaurants alone, but I wanted to treat myself that day. That was a mistake. What? Oh, you subscribed to Ch4i? Look at this guy, what a loser. No, it's because I always say the 1 month, because on Twitch it says subscribe for 1 month. So like, I read 1 month because that's what it says. No, guys, you're not pathetic. Still flexing Mint? No, I've actually only been on Mint for 1 month, and I've been on, not Fedora. I've been on, what is it called? I'm stupid. I've been on Tuxedo for like almost a year now. Isn't that crazy? Let me see. I got on Tuxedo in February. So I've been on Tuxedo for about 9 months. I say 9 months. No, not Endeavor. You guys with your OSs. There's many. You should have told the staff it was your birthday too. No, I shouldn't have, because the song they sang was really embarrassing and they were like screaming it. It was so loud. And they actually did it several times in the restaurant. And it wasn't even that fancy of a restaurant. I was like, why is there so many birthdays? There's like 3 birthdays in one day. It was horrible. It was like 8 months. I use Bazite. Please use Bazite. I've had so many people. I don't know what is up with Bazite, but I've had so many people telling me to use Bazite in the YouTube comments, on Twitch, on YouTube, that I had to start putting like a she huffs and grumbles. Yeah, my doggy, she huffs and grumbles. I had to start telling people to stop telling me to use Bazite. Wait. My YouTube is like... No, it's not. Okay. I tried to do restream today because I know that there's a couple people on YouTube. Use what you like, but I'll distro hop anyways. Thank you! Bazite is overrated. Use Hannah Montana Linux. Use Savannah. What is it called? The South Park one? Savannah? Nevada? Also, thank you, say communist. Is it psycho-immunist? Or psych-communist? I can never... But it's only one C, so it's gotta be psycho-immunist. Use Red Star Linux. I'll take that. All for our glorious leader. And thank you so much, Ain't It Man, for 32 months. That's also like almost 4 babies. You're very pregnant. Thank you so much for the subscription. I would like to dedicate this 32-month sub message to the smudge on Mikan's camera. Shut up. And to Windows for their efforts in making her crash out and a comedic... We're not crashing out today because we have officially won. We have defeated the enemies. Today marks the beginning of the end for Windows as we know it. And for the year of Linux! Let's go! You know how in Chinese calendars and in Israeli calendars or something like that, in different cultures, or Vietnamese or something, it starts... Sorry, I'm still a little sick. The year starts in like the middle of the year or something like that. So that's kind of like what happens with the official Linux calendar. You know how like that's like 0 AD, that was like the day that Jesus rose? Well, technically 0 AL or 0 AW, 0 after Windows. So mark today, Tuesday, October 14th, 2025 is the first day of the Linux calendar. The year of the penguin is upon us. Let's freaking go! Kiki Pyon, thank you so much for follow. Welcome aboard. Oh, you guys are de-hatting me. And you're also removing my parts. What the heck? Keep it over. What is it? What is it with Linux users and wanting me to turn into a boy? That's really weird. That's really weird, you guys. And you guys with your socks. I hate I feel like I'm the only person who hates programmer socks because I think they're ugly. Like, am I mean to say that? Like, I guess striped socks are okay, but like the striped pink and white, it doesn't tickle the brain. It does the opposite of tickle the brain. Hello, Mikan. First time seeing you live, and I'm a GNU/Linux user. Fedora Linux, to be exact. Well, that's nice to know. Thank you. And wait. Hold on. I call this my Jigen hat, but today this is my Linux hat. Well, thank you very much for joining today's stream. I hope you will like it. Didn't you post a feet pic with programmers? Nope. Nope. I have never... I don't like thigh highs. You guys will think I'm crazy, but I'm a tights or a knee highs kind of gal. Cause I think... Why are you making fun of your own people? What? I feel like Linux users can take it because they've been the butt of the jokes for 5 million billion years. It's Windows users that get mad. Okay? They tend to get mad. Because like on Twitter, I'll be like, I like Linux. And then all of the other Linux users will be like, yay! 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 And then Windows users will be like, you burned my house to the ground! My family's dead! What do I do? Or they'll be like, you fucking stupid bitch, you fucking whore, you fucking Linux, you're a man, that's what it is, you're not really a girl, you're a man! And then Linux users will be like, have you tried Bazite? That's like, it comes from all angles, you kind of get used to it after a while. Why'd you do that, Mikan? They had a family. They deserved it. They deserved it. All the hoes use Linux. Hey, call me a... What? Call me a Linux hoe, if you will. Okay? Let me just say, Robert Stallman, Richard Stallman, I keep messing his name. Richard Stallman, Linus Torvalds, ew. Ew. Wait! Maybe we can get the Fujoshis over to Linux by like making Richard and what's his name? And Linus making like a dojin or something like that. Torvalds is kind of sexy. I don't even remember what he looks like. But I feel like it's kind of wrong to talk about him that way. He just looks like a Norwegian guy. Or he looks like a German. Like he looks like a European. Like I feel like if I saw him in the street and I was like lost and looking for directions, I'd be like, excuse me, sir, do you speak English? And he would look at me and he would go, unfortunately, I do. That's what German people say when you ask them if they speak English. One time I was in Japan. And there was 2 white guys and I was lost. I couldn't find my class and I came to them and I was like, excuse me, do you guys speak English? Because you never want to assume, because they could be from another country. And they went, unfortunately, we do. And I just went, haha. But I like should have just turned around and walked away. I was so mad. Like why would you say that? Yeah, but I speak it. Bitch, you speak German. Lederhosen. Mein Kampf. 9. You sound stupid. Anyways, whatever. It's not my fault I was born English speaker. He's Finnish. Oh, okay. I don't know. Every time I meet a Nordic person, they smile at you and they'll look at you and they'll be like, duh, I hate your culture. With a smile on their face, they'll say that to you and you'll be like, what? And they'll be like, yes, and you are so ugly. You are so ugly, yes. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. You are so ugly. And it's like, wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? And they'll be like, we fucking hate your kind. Please leave my country. And then hello? And then they'll be like, yes, we eat meatballs and sausages. Yes. And then that's kind of like, I've met like 7 people from the Netherlands total, but they just do that. I'm kind of scared of them. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, how often do you meet a Nordic person? I met a lot of Nordic people in Japan. Surprisingly, I met a lot of Nordic people. And there was like one girl that was actually my friend. And she was very helpful and very reliable and very on time. But she was also very blunt. And I don't remember what she said to me, but she said something to me once. Did they tell you that they dislike US politics? No, they never said anything about like politics or anything. But they would be like, what was it? One time I got locked out of my building because I forgot that the building closed at 12 and you have to use like an alternate entrance with like a key after 12. And I texted her and I was like, I'm so sorry, could you like let me in or something? I don't remember. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll let you in. And she did that twice in a row. Cause like the next week I also forgot my key and I felt so dumb. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she looked at me after the second time. She's like, don't let this happen again. You do this quite often. I won't be there for you in the future. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I felt so bad after that. I felt so bad. I couldn't even look her in the eyes after that. What a Chad. No, literally, that's like actually one thing that I'll respect about Nordic people is that they're very punctual and they're very reliable. But as a result, they kind of look down on you, like you're sloppy American. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, yes, I'm a pig and I eat from my trough and I'm stupid and I forget my keys and I should just kill myself and I'm inferior. You could have gotten her a gift for her trouble. I have bought her pastries before, actually. I always buy people things when they helped me. Like, one time, there was this, like, massive beetle that flew through my window. And I, like, freaked out. And I texted the floor group chat. And I was like, could somebody help me get a bug out? And some boy came over and did it. And I left an apple strudel by his door as a means of thank you. So don't worry. Guys, I pay people back, okay? I got false reported by some Nord on Uber recently. I don't know what that means, but I'm sorry. They're such fascinating people. I can, you know, every culture is different and I kind of like appreciate that. And like what I appreciate about them is that they have certain standards. And they have social standards, like you have to keep the place clean. Like, this is weird. This is weird, but like, you know how in some countries, please don't name specific countries because I don't want to start fights in the comments, but like, you know, in certain countries, there'll be like people and they'll be like, they're the kindest people you'll ever meet. They're so sweet and they love family and they're nice to strangers and they'll give you the shirts off their back. The countries, like, then you see like other people who go like, yeah, that country's a little dirty. That country's pretty poor. That country's pretty dirty. But then when people talk about the Nordic countries, they're like, oh, they're so rich and they're so clean and they have systems for everything and it's so nice. But then they'll be like, oh yeah, my Nordic friend called me fat, obese, ugly, and stupid. And she said it while smiling. And it's like, if you make sound past 5 p.m. in Germany, they'll shoot you in the forehead. It's like, why can't, what's going on? There was like recently this thing like in Sweden. I don't think it was Sweden. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, apparently if children come over, they don't eat dinner with the family. But like in America, for example, people invite their children's friends over for dinner, but like in some cultures they don't. And in some cultures it's like expected. Past 10 p.m, but yeah. That's why I couldn't live in Germany because the sound constraints. But what I do like about Germany is that it is apparently very clean. And I also like that people I don't know how to describe it. People are very keep to themselves. Yeah, Netherlands has similar rules. I watched a couple people, like there was this Instagram lady that I watched where she's actually Vietnamese, but she has like a husband from the Netherlands, and she like outlines the difference in countries and like what the culture is like. And she says like, for example, in Vietnam, they're pretty like invasive at family gatherings, and they'll be like, you're fat, you gotta help out more in the kitchen, you have to learn to do this for your husband. But in the Netherlands, they're not as invasive. However, if you have like family troubles, you're more likely to get help in Vietnam, is what she said. I mean, it's pretty subjective, it really depends on the culture, but like, it's like, it really depends. I find your family's culture crazy with how needy they are. Guys, leave me alone. Leave me alone. And also, what is it? And like, I know, for example, I had a Mexican friend in middle school, and he would keep being like, "Oh yeah, I have to go on a walk with my dad. I have to walk with my family." And so, like, apparently Mexican culture, like family's super important. Bean Zoom, thank you so much for following. Welcome aboard. And also, like, in America's so different. America's so different because there's like so many different cultures in one country. It's like quote unquote melting pot. But like in America, you can be close with your family or you could be far apart. Like some of my VTuber friends are literally like don't even know like if their mom is alive or something. Like she told me that she hasn't spoken to her family in like 10 years and she's like 20 and I'm like, what? So yeah, I feel like America's middle, I would say middle. Cartel dad walkies. I don't think he was a cartel guy. What did he do? He did car stuff. East Germans seem hardcore. I don't even know the difference between East Germans and North Germans or West Germans. America's bed, you can leave the dull. Guys, no race wars in comments. Well, I think Bazai sucks. See, that's what you're supposed to be fighting about. Come on, guys. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a live, what's it called? I've got a little bit of a slideshow prepared for you guys today. Hale mole! Thank you so much for wait, coffee, it doesn't show up. Why doesn't it show up? Wait. Let me give a thank you. I'm logged out of Kofi. How swag is that? Let me log into Kofi. We've sent an email with a 6-digit code. Oh, I love when that happens. Okay, just wait. Wait, hold on, let me... Wait, Kofi, come on! Kofi, send me the authentication email! Is it hidden behind the picture? No, I think I had accidentally turned... Wait, Kofi, please. Okay, email resent. Wait, hold on. It's sending. I got it! Should I tell you guys what my 2FA code is? So let's see if there's a message attached. What? Wait. Thank you. What? Wait. Did you accidentally type an extra 2 zeros? Wait, guys, I'm scared. What? Thank you, Malachi. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. Wait, I'm kind of shocked right now. What do I say? You should add that extension that says Linux is not activated. What, you mean the Windows one? People, I saw a joke on Twitter that literally said that that's the alarm beeping. The, you know, the like beeping smoke alarm, but for white people. Don't say anything, just dance. Just dance. Windows is dying. Wait, we're gonna have a dance section at the end. Don't worry, guys. Think about the amount, Mikan. Thank you. Wait, some guy's really angry at my chat. He keeps telling me to kill myself. I don't know why. Thank you so much, Phallic. I appreciate it. Oh, must be a Windows user. I think it's a Windows user. Maybe that's why he's mad. Or maybe it's a Bazite user. We'll never know. Sometimes Linux users, they can get pretty feisty. We'll handle him for you, kitten. Don't worry. Maybe I'll get a 9060 XT next month. And switch to Linux when I replace my motherboard. Well, you know what I would say? If you switch... Are you imagining things? No, I deleted the comment, guys. Why would I keep up a comment? Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So basically, when you switch to Linux, I would highly recommend not cold switching and instead having a backup computer, and especially if you have like important stuff on it. Because when I was switching over, I noticed there's a lot of dependency issues. Like, for example, there was I was like trying to figure out how to get the game capture for VTube Studio working with transparency, and I thought that that was the breaking point. Like, I was like, I literally might not be able to use Linux, but I figured it out, so it's fine. All my files are on external SSDs. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I keep everything on flash drive. Even every year or so, I just back up everything on my computer on the flash drive because I'm crazy and I'm old school. And my dad gave me this flash drive with 1 terabyte of space on it, and I don't really need a terabyte. He actually bought it for music, but there was so little space used on it that I just used the rest. He put like Beatles songs on it. I don't understand what a power user is. Oh wait, isn't a power user like someone who can use like all sorts of things? I couldn't be a power user. I couldn't, because I hate Mac, and you'll never catch me using Mac. I'm gonna switch back to being a girl again because I kind of miss being a girl. That's smart though. My 2 terabyte Steam game drive died like a month ago. Wait, what? Wait, that's horrible. How does... Wait, that's terrible. I'm sorry. Did you get it back? Did you get it back? Flash drives tend to be made from less reliable flash storage. That's why it's not used in an SSD instead. I've had too many flash drives fail on me to trust flash drives. Is that so? I've never had that problem, but I learned that if you like don't use a flash drive for long enough, it can actually die because the charge in it is not like re-sparked or something. That's like a really dumb way to put it. But I learned that if you don't use a flash drive enough, it could actually lose the data on it or get like corrupted or something. So, is that SSDs? I thought it was a flash drive. I might be dumb, but I really only just use it for emergency backup, and I have files on my Windows computer too, just in case. You should have your main OS drive only for that, because SSD dies with write cycles. See, you guys are putting out words I don't even know. I don't even know. See, all of my PNY SSDs, I don't even know what that means. All my FARTPOOPs. Huh? Huh? All my BUTTs die in 1 minute of a POOP. PNY is a brand. Poop. Wait! I didn't get to say thank you. No, wait, it's like, it's okay. It's not working in my brain. It's not coming in my brain. Wait, it's not making... Ah! Wait, sorry. Did you mistype? I feel like I have to refund you, Malachi. If you need a refund, please let me know. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm freaking out a little bit. Like, when things get exciting, my brain shuts off and I don't focus on it. Like, I remember when I got the email that was like, you've been accepted to study abroad in Japan, and I felt nothing. I felt nothing until the day I arrived, because I was like, if I start freaking out, I'm gonna freak out too hard. And when we started raising money for the fundraiser for Katabasis, and we had reached the goals, if I focused on it, my brain would short circuit. So I had to start not thinking about it. So I carried on as if nothing happened. So I have to say it now. So I don't say it. So I don't, cause it's already happening. I'm having what is it called? I'm having a memory leak right now. Thank you so much, Malachi. Wait, what do I do? There is not even. It's just think of the date. Think of the date. 10/18. 10/18. Guys, what's happening on 10/18? Malachi, thank you so much, Malachi. Thank you. I knew a kid in middle school who knew a kid named Malachi. I don't know if that's helpful at all, but I had a friend who'd constantly be like, "Oh, my friend Malachi," and I was like, "Isn't Malachi a rock?" So I always think of that kid from my computer information systems class. 1018! 1018! Wait, can we get some 1018s in the chat? Look, 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 look. Oh, wait, I'm kind of shaking. Guys, what is this? Oh, what is this? Oh, what is this? What does this have to do with 1018? What's going on? Ah! I won't be sick. I won't be sick during the debuts. Guys, wait, what are they debuting? Who are these girls? What is happening? I don't understand. Oh my god. Guys, who made these thumbnails? Who made these thumbnails? That's actually a trick question. Kiki made them. But then I did the letters. And I added shadows to it. So say W giggles in the chat. And thank you, Malachi. Thank you so much, Malachi. 10-8. Can we get some 1018s in the chat? Can we get 1018 hype in the chat? Guys, what does this mean? What's going on? Ah! 1018! 1018! 1018! This is some silly looking girls, yeah. This is the year of Linux and the year of Katabasis. 1018! 1018! 1018! Guys, Katabasis distro 1. Somebody had already made a Nix OS for it called Mink, Linux Mink. What if there was a Katacademy OS? Oh, today's Pat's Tuesday. What does that mean? Thank you again, Malachi. I will write you a more detailed letter on Ko-fi, but right now if I focus on it too hard, I might like throw up and die. Thank you. The green girl, would she? Yeah, wait, what distros would we all use? Chai would be a Bazite user. Neppie would be an Arch user. Kiki would be Fedora. I would headcanon Yaru Mikan as a Mint user, but we know that's not true. Yeah, Neppie would totally use Nyarch. Yes, she would. Yes, she would. Yeah. We need to open. Thank you so much. Who donated? I have to hide my face. Wait again? No. Wait, what do I do with that? What do I do with that? What do I do with it? Wait, I'm scared. Can I send it back? Wait. Oh, thank you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Huh. Wait. 1018. Spend it probably. No! Guys! If you get money, you don't spend it immediately. You have to save it. How much did they donate? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? Buy that fish suit. Stop! I'm getting scared. What do I do? Wait, no. Hold on. I gotta throw up. I'm gonna pass out. Wait, hold on. I'm going to purchase Ethereum with it. Just to piss you off. iPhone giveaway 1. Yes, I'm going to buy ads for YouTube. You're gonna do what? Yeah, don't refund, please. go all in on Microsoft stock. Guys, I'm gonna buy a MacBook. Guys, I'm gonna invest in Dogecoin. Guys, I'm going to buy the dip. I'm going to buy Tesla stock. It's okay. I'm not buying... Guys, I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm scared to buy Bitcoin. Because what if it drops? I'm not buying NFT. I'm going to buy 5 NFTs. I'm gonna buy one for each silly girl. The silly girl NFT project. Are you guys ready? Can we have that NFT meme coin? Will you guys invest so I can rug pull all of you? Please! I'm not... Did you know that there's gonna be a 6-7 rug pull? Mark my words for the future. Call this one the 1018 rug pull, will you? Invest a 1018 coin. Catacoin! I'm ready to mine Catacoin! Let's make the world 7 degrees hotter! Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm about to pass out. What do I say besides thank you? How else can I say thank you? I'm closing my Ko-fi. Okay. Sorry. What do I do? Wait. Wait, guys. What do I do? Call them scholar and gentleman. Thank you, scholar Malachi. Thank you, Mr. Malachi. I'm spending it all on hookers and cocaine. I'm gonna buy a cyber truck. And crash it. Guys, what do I do? 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 No, cuz no. Guys, just no, not anymore. Don't send me anymore. Please, cuz I'm getting scared. Cuz it goes to your head. It goes to your head. It goes to your head. I'm about to pass out. It goes to your head, and then when it does that, then you go crazy, and then you buy a bunch of scabs. Don't worry, Mikan. You don't have. I have a head. It's just on my fedora. It goes into my fedora. No, don't worry. This is gonna go back into Katabasis. I know it's personal money, but if only it went here, just die. Die. What if I got... What if I got one scab? What if I got just one scab? What if I... Just one scab that I got? Cause you know, Kiki gets nice scabs. Kiki gets nice scabs. Maybe I could get a nice scab. Maybe. I just opened scab. I just opened scab to a Konaida upskirt. That's crazy. That's crazy. Neppie broke her scab addiction, but that used to be a thing too. I feel like upskirts are... Wait, can I talk about this? This is my Linux stream, guys. Stop. Stop trying to derail me. They're good. Stop trying to derail me. Don't try to derail me. Shop for designer clothing. No! 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 Sorry, that's all I could say because I'm gonna be like broken right now. My upskirt stream. No! Guys, stop! I'm Linuxing today. Stop. Guys, Guys. Why do you get so hooked on scabs? I'm not hooked on scabs, I promise. I don't even have one. I don't even have that many scabs. stop trying to derail the upskirt stream. Maybe I should do. Should I do a freaking Arch cosplay? Where I've got the socks and the shirt. Yeah! With that money, buy an AMD. Ooh! Don't say that. No, guys, stop. Stop. Please. Please don't be what I think it is. Zeppelin, stop! Guys, I didn't even get into the presentation yet. Cause my tummy's hurting. Buy the new iPhone 17. No, I'm sticking with my 12 till it explodes. Thank you so much, Zeppelin. Enough to download at least a dozen distros. I could theoretically download 99% of distros with the amount that you sent me. Cause most distros are just that cheap. I bought the 17 and Mikan orange. You're lying that there's... Why are you trying to take off my hat? Guys. Just don't spend it. That's what I'm thinking. But I feel bad cause I feel like you guys deserve something in return. Maybe I'll get a nice scab, okay? I'll get a nice scab or two. I'm turning into Kiki. I'm like getting like humbled. I'll get a nice scab or two, okay? Maybe 2 or 3 in the maximums. And then pay my rent. Okay. I'm not getting the iPhone 17. Once Android has the Apple face tracking, I'm out. Buy a jacket from the... I don't even know what the RULEZ is. Stop telling me... Guys! Stop telling me to spend my money. Why are... You guys want to see me fail. This is the poor make others poor. The poor make others poor, you know? Huh! You can engrave mine. Yeah, one time I saw that my friend had AirPods and she dropped them in the hallway out of school and I was like... What? I picked it up and it said pee pee poo poo on it. And I said, how did you get it like written on it? And then she was like, oh yeah, there's an option to get it engraved. So I like got it engraved and I was like, so you chose pee pee poo poo? And she's like, yeah. Chat's definitely trying to make you crush your savings. No! Guys! I'm trying to... Wait, guys, we're trying to do like all to the 401k and the Roth IRA. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. No, I'm not. Put all that money to a high-yield mutual fund. What? I've never heard of that before. I keep all my money in my checking account. I'm just kidding. Stop telling me to buy a graphics card! Guys. I'm going to spend my money on a chat torture machine. Simply buy a bunch of beast sugarers. What the heck? Buy Bazai! Oh boy! I can afford to buy Windows 11 now. It's true! I'm not getting a 3D printer. I'm not getting a shock collar. What is wrong with you guys? I don't have an outdated graphics card. Guys, just because it's like 3 years old doesn't mean it's outdated. It's not like decrepit. No, stop trying to get... Stop. Why no printer? Well, yeah, that's a good question. But why would what would I print with a 3D printer? What would I buy with a 3D printer? What would I make with it? F. What is F? My internet died! It's coming back, It blipped. Arch fixes compatibility issues with NVIDIA cards, by the way. time to buy Starlink or whatever. Yeah, let me just rip all of the tiles up in the floor under my apartment and get that. Maybe I could like invite Elon over for a cup of tea and he could give me a satellite or something. Why not printer? Why printer? Why printer? Guys. My internet's still dying. Okay, we need to start. We need to start. We need to start. My Bitly. My Bitly. Just buy a regular printer and print memes. What? Elon, please beam the internet straight to Mikan's apartment. If I had a lot of money, I would use it to stay away from Elon as well. I would use it to create a country with no Cybertrucks. Man, I wish Mikan was printing. What's wrong with you guys? What the heck? Okay. Anyways. Yeah, ink is expensive, that's true. I could buy like 1 month's worth of ink. Fart. What? F is for fart? Okay. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Huh. Wasn't BTC shorted recently? I don't know, actually. I don't know if it was shorted or not. I'm not really big on crypto news because I've never invested on crypto before. But I know that some VTubers like Chroma, they have like they have a Bitcoin wallet like in her stream thing. Ah, this tuba's straight up just not. Hey, I just want to know, did you get your photos printed? Your Mikan's minted? Anyways, back to my TikTok. Back to my TikTok. Okay. So, what does it actually mean when people say that Windows 10 is dead? Mikan, pay the internet service. I literally have good internet. It's not my fault that it blips. It blips is like a necessity because the service is just bad. Stop saying fart! Are you saying farts in my chat? Here, hold on. Let's do speed test right now. I'm gonna do speed test. A hair in my mouth. It says my download speed is literally 700. 700. That says my upload is 35. Your internet isn't good. What am I supposed to do about that? Guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I think it just like it's just the service. Like I could pay for like the best internet that they have on the service, but get fiber optic. I don't think I can. No, 700 whatever it is upload and then 25 upload, 700 download. Yeah, the issue is just that the internet company themselves, they blip because they're like bad. Because I don't live in a good area. Like the general area that they service is not good. Isn't 35 pretty low for streaming? I thought that 20 was like good for streaming, and then anything more than that is like. Hello, Mink. Hello, Mink. Hello, welcome, man. I didn't watch the new like Smiling Friend season. I really need to. 35 upload kind of sucks, guys. Don't say that. I'm in the hood. If only you guys knew, I moved from hood to hood. Because the rent's low. Anyways, what does it actually mean when people say that Windows 10 is dead? So, firstly, I want to make it clear, this is for people who are not like super into tech, because I wanted the stream to kind of be like for VTubers who are like scared or like they don't know what to do. And so I feel like the best person to give advice about it is actually someone who's not as experienced with tech stuff, because they'll say things in a way that is like understandable. So I researched it. I was like, what does Windows 10 dying actually means? And so it means that every time Windows upgrades, they give service for like hacks and stuff like that. So software updates, security fixes, any technical assistance, they give that to you, quote unquote, free of charge with your purchase of Windows. That's why, like, if you have Linux is free. You don't really get free technical support that's on call with Linux. Unless you've got a buddy. But like when you call like windows.com and you're like, hey, my computer's blue screening constantly, they'll be like, I can't do an Indian accent, but just imagine I did. They'll be like, hello. Do not redeem. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, that helped nothing. So yeah. That's basically what Windows gives you, quote unquote, for free. And so you don't get any of that after you upgrade to 10, or after you don't upgrade to 11 once past the death date. So today is technically officially the death date. Yeah, it's a purchase. So, what I like about Linux is that it updates as much as the people who use it update, or the people who run it. So, for example, Mint has been, like, going strong for 5 years since its conception, I think. And some other distros, like, I mean, Arch has been going strong for, I don't even know, 10 plus years. And so it's kept alive by the community of users, which means that as long as the people who use Linux continue to live, Linux will live. But they can't be the same, they can't be said about Windows, because Windows is run by Microsoft, which is a corporation. So once their investor money dries up, or they don't get enough people buying Windows and they go to business, you're just straight up not gonna get like tech support anymore, or like tech help or security fixes. But I notice every day I have updates like repository on my computer, and it tells me exactly what is updating and like what's pushed by. So like it says like, oh, there's a new sober update. So you can tell that the people who are working on my distro and just on like Linux related stuff in general are really hardworking and dedicated, because it's like a personal passion. Windows is run by people who care about money and getting paid. And usually a guy who does something because he's paid tends to care a little less, on average, than the guy who's passionate, you know? That's not to say that's like the same for every case, but usually someone who creates like a piece of art from the heart is a little more likely to create something soulful than someone who's just doing a commission piece. You know, if you look at like commission artists, the art that they create on commission tends to be worse than their personal art. Some people aren't like that, but you know what I mean. So it's really, really important that you get a distro from people who are invested in the project and not just being paid. There's benefits to disinterest for sure, but in this case, I feel like it's helpful with like software freedom. I'll get into that later. That's not really that important. But anyways, technically today you no longer have free support, and also if a hacker decides to hack Windows, you don't get those security fixes for free. It's still usable in the sense that if you have like a car and then the warranty expires on your car, you can still drive your car. Your car doesn't like vanish, but it's not advised, because then you have to like pay a lot more for fixes and stuff. It's also in a sense kind of like car insurance, and I think it's really dumb because like you pay for Windows and then they've like basically abandoned it the moment. So it's like almost like a forever rent. I don't know. I hate it. It's so dumb and it pisses me off. Thank you so much, Arius of Creation, for the tier 3 sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So, like, what if I don't switch? Like, what if I just stay on Windows 10? What if I just stay on Windows 10? Yeah, F ads. I'm sorry about ads, guys. Ads are really dumb. But when you stay, should I like just not talk for a little bit? Maybe that will like help. Hacking your Windows right now. I'll get into why it's important to not have to. I hate Twitch so much from the bottom of my heart. Let's check YouTube comments. Mikan with a heart. Hi, Solo Q. My tummy is bleeding. My tummy is bleeding. This is gonna be a short stream for today because I actually have a lot of work to do on the Katabasis website. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. Not even my old relatives use 7. Ugh. I recently used an emulator for Windows Vista to try to play a Barbie game, and it didn't work because the graphics on it were super messed up, but it was like crazy. I tried to use the internet and like no pages worked on it. It was really fun. You got this, thank you. I want to give a big thank you again. You do talk 60 seconds ago. Okay, I won't. About Linux at least, but I want to thank you again, Malachi. I like really don't know what to say, but I'm very appreciative, and I appreciate you believing in me. It's cool that you mounted this presentation and all. I feel like it was pretty easy because it's just kind of like basic computer knowledge, but to you guys, it's very basic too. My friends, it might not be as basic. My university uses Windows 7. That's really bad. That's really bad. Anyways, so increased hack threats. So what a lot of hackers will do when they say, I think it was Windows Vista, it's either Windows Vista or Windows XP or something like that. It was the one with the beautiful hill background. But basically, what hackers will do is they'll be like, oh, Windows support is no longer extended to Windows 10, and a lot of people are on Windows 10. So they'll try their best to find this vulnerabilities, and then they'll bank on the fact that people haven't updated and aren't paying for protection in order to get personal information. So like you'll see like phishing emails and stuff like that, like they'll be happy because the end of Windows 10 basically means that they've got like a treasure trove of vulnerable users to play around with. And it is true that often you don't hear about big Microsoft hacks from Microsoft themselves because they try to like fix it as soon as possible and roll the fixes out to the users like an update. Because there's a difference between an update and an upgrade. When you go from Windows 10 to 11, it's an upgrade. But when you go from Windows 10 to Windows 10 newer version, like that has security fixes, that's an update. So what about people with extra Win 10 support and MS Defender? I'll get into that in a second because I kind of already... The Hill's XP, so then it was XP, sorry, it wasn't Vista. Yeah, the entire medical system, a lot of systems, like medical systems, I believe some universities, they'll run on really old versions of Windows, and as a result, they fall really easily to ransomware, so that's why you hear about like hospitals getting hacked, because all it takes is one user. I believe Lowe's even had that happen to them, where like, I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot or something, but they had a contractor that they were working with, and the contractor got hacked. And it caused the old Windows system that they were running on to, I think it was ransomware. I don't remember what it was. It was really bad. So good antivirus does help when using a deprecated OS. But the reason that I don't advise it is I'll get into it in a second. So now that Microsoft is past the point of no return with Windows 11 and they've got their cash grab ready and they're so excited to siphon more money out of you, they're gonna look at the users who are vulnerable from Windows 10 and they'll straight up just either be like, oh yeah, there's a hack, you should upgrade. Or they'll just not even tell you about it and they'll just treat you like I don't know, like you don't exist. So that's why I wouldn't stay. There's ways to keep your computer like fully safe. There are, like, some people just straight up say, like, stay off the internet. But obviously, what's the point of having a computer if you're not on the internet? Unless you have, like, some really weird niche use case. Or you could use really strong antivirus. You could have, like, a firewall up and whatnot. You, like, never answer any emails. But, like, that's no way to live. That's no way to live. So you can pay for further security updates. Like, you can pay money to support the bad business practices of Windows, such as giving them 61 USD a year to have, what is it called? Windows Extended Security Updates. It's called Windows ESU. So you can pay for one more year of Windows 10 for $61, which is really... I can't even use the word because it pisses me off so bad. And I would get in trouble on Twitch, but it's really... really special that they would say that, especially because you already paid so much money to use Windows. You can also pirate the extended security updates, but this, it's just like at that point, it's like, come on, man, come on. You've got better options. Are we hating on Windows? No, in fact, I load Windows 11 right now. And so next, we've got software compatibility issues. You can stay on Windows 10 because Windows 10 is really nice to use. Like, I can't lie, when I was on it, I had fun. I was like, whatever. I can't say it. I cannot say it. I cannot. We're family friendly here. I give you the pass. Shut up, Vidu. Wait, I was thinking about you earlier. I like miss you. I miss you, Vidu. The ESU program is tricky. Oh yeah, I had notes. I literally had notes. And I'll just wing it. I'll just wing it. But there's like some what is it called? Some software and hardware requirements for your computer. Like you can't get it if you have specific devices, which is like really irritating. Yeah, and it's actually giving free updates to some sections of Europe because of a lawsuit or something that the EU passed. That's actually why iPhones have the, what's it called, USB-C cables, because there was like a lawsuit that said that Apple had to use it because otherwise it would create a monopoly. So that's why Apple switched it in the US as well, because they're like, we're not going to pay money to make 2 different types of charger cables. Okay? Yeah, so it's not in the kindness of their heart that they switched. It's because they were forced by the EU courts. So I know a lot of people don't like EU law, but I have to say, every once in a while they roll out a couple bangers. Which is, be nicer to your users. They like roll out some kid protection stuff, which is pretty bad. But EU tends to be very viciously anti-monopoly, which is why monopolies tend to work better in the US. And it's kind of irritating because it's like, I appreciate business freedom, but at the same time, I really hate greedy people. I really hate greedy people. So sometimes the US courts, they do a good job, so... I do not appreciate them trying to ban math for like the 3rd time. I don't even know. I'm not really caught up on EU stuff, so I don't really know what goes on, but they've had some pretty bad rulings as well. It's kind of like a hit or miss. Like they did like you have to do face scan in order to do stuff on Twitter if they think that you're underage, which is like horrible. Horrible. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. Because then, if you have too much freedom, then you have monopolies. If you have too little freedom, then you have to scan your face and have it leaked to the dark web to prove that you're not under 18. Well, that's a UK thing so far. Oh, I thought that was EU. EU? We're like PU. I don't know. I haven't been that much in the EU. I don't even remember last time I was in there. The last time I was in the EU, I went on a German plane, and it was a very rickety and scary plane. It was from Germany to Ukraine. I thought the plane was gonna crash. I was so scared because it was so shaky and it was so small. You also got hit with it on some sites. Yeah, I know some people who aren't in Britain, they still have that face scan thing. Germany blocked the initiative to disclose private chats. Oh yeah, there was like a thing. This is why I'm so bad when people have like discussions when it comes to like freedom. Cause like on one hand, I love freedom. But then on the other hand, I see what people do with freedom and it scares me. You know? Like it's scary. Like for example, Telegram. Like I like that I can say things without worrying about what the government thinks. But then on the other hand, I see what people do use Telegram for and it's like, ugh. So it's like it's a good and a bad kind of situation. I hate people trying to talk about it and people go, so you want to abuse kids? Yeah, it's a really tricky situation. It's really tricky because you know, people find other ways to abuse people. But I just wish that they wouldn't use that for that. Telegram isn't even particularly secure. I don't really use any like encrypted chat things because I kind of don't even give a flip. Once the government takes me, then I'll start getting scared. But right now, I'm lazy. Yeah, like, you never know, like, when you wake up and your country could be like, if you post anything bad about this person, you'll get arrested. That's scary, because, like, that happens in some countries. So you need, like, Telegram in those countries and whatnot. Where, like, is it WhatsApp that's also encrypted now? Or something like that? So, like, that's when encryption is good. But it really sucks that people will use it for, like, nefarious deeds. So compatibility issues. As Win 10 ages, this is kind of just the case with all computer things. Like, even on Linux, like, if you use a really old distro that doesn't have updates anymore, there's going to be security vulnerabilities that will get found out. Or have been found out. And they won't be, they won't be worked on. So really, it's best to stay on a newer system. Which is kind of ironic because, like, you think the more that you add to it, the more vulnerable it becomes, but it's really the older you stay on, the more time people have to work on vulnerabilities and stuff. And so, the difference between Windows and Linux when it comes to vulnerabilities is that Windows is not open source. So really, it is not going to be like the common man who's finding these vulnerabilities and exploiting them. And usually hackers, they have like a reason to like want to look at these things. Like, I'm sure there's going to be like a bunch of good guys who are like, I want to look through Windows code to try to see if there's any vulnerabilities, so then I can report them to Windows. But I think like the highest bug bounty for Windows isn't even that high. So there's really not even that much incentive. And oftentimes a lot of people just hack for the fun of it, and it causes a lot of problems for like everyday Windows users. So when you're on Linux, you get people who just like have passion and they sift through code. And also, what I noticed is, no offense to Linux users, and I actually kind of don't like when you guys do this, but you guys are kind of aggressive when it comes to checking other people's code. And like, I get it. It's really important to be aggressive because, like, when you're not strict with code, that's people's livelihoods that you're playing with, and Windows doesn't seem to understand that. But like, when someone pushes a bad update, it can cause a lot of people trouble. So you'll see like people in like Linux communities be like, this is fucking shit code, you should, you know, like stuff like that. And like even Torvalds, like, he talks like that. Like, he will be aggressive, be like, this is the shittiest code I've ever looked at. But that's also what I like about Linux, because it's like, people don't understand that sloppy code is like making like an airplane sloppily. Like your whole personal life, your SSN, your keystrokes, like everything could be uploaded to the internet if the person making your computer is incompetent. So we need to scare incompetence. And that's what's so good about open source code, is like, okay, think of it like this. This is a really sexist way to put it, so please forgive me. But like, imagine a woman. Oh my god. Many Linux users cannot do this. Okay, I'm sorry. Imagine a woman. And imagine like her walking in front of like a camera and it's being broadcast on TV. On Windows, you're putting this big, beautiful dress on her that's really poofy and really big, and a big hat and a mask. And she's walking, and most people can be like, oh, her hair is done so beautifully. Her hat is so nice. Like, she's covered. She's completely covered, so you really can't see what's inside. When you're on Linux, it's like the woman is walking onto camera naked. And then people are gonna be like, ugh, she's too fat. Ugh, her hair is ugly. Ugh, she's too many wrinkles. Like, you know what I mean? And so, like, the woman gets scared, and she's like, oh, I have to go to the gym. I have to lose weight. I have to do my skincare routine. Like, that's actually what it would be like for a Linux user, because their code is being open source. It's being put onto the internet where people can criticize. It's easy to criticize Windows from, like, a front-end kind of way, especially if you're a user who doesn't do code. You'd be like, oh, it's lagging. But, like, when you really dig into it, you can see how shitty it is. So that's why it's really important to look past, look deep into the code and see what's going on. Naked women on Linux, sign me up. Well, that's the way that I like to see it. So yeah, I wouldn't say Linux users are unclothed women, but more like Linux developers are unclothed women. So I guess in this case, being mad is good. Being critical is good. And but that's another bad thing. about that is that there's actually like Linux culture wars, and I really, really hate it. But some people will try to turn Linux into a political thing. Please don't, please do not discuss politics in chat. But I've literally seen people fighting because they'd be like, this code is too woke. And I'm like, bro, what does that mean? What? It's so stupid. I like that Linux should stay non-partisan. So I don't know what to say about that, other than if you see that kind of talk about politics in Linux, try to discourage it. Cause if you ever see people being like, this distro is a very woke distro and it's my distro and it's super woke, or this distro is this anti-woke distro, like that means that the person's ulterior motives are not for the safety of the users, but more for their personal agenda. Which is why I also like that Linux devs love to talk about themselves and their projects online. You'll see so much documentation. So that's another good thing for you. If you're a user who doesn't know anything about code, you could straight up just go to the person's Twitter account and see what are they tweeting about. Like, are they tweeting about like important projects, or are they fighting having meaningless fights with people on Twitter? That's how you can also sniff out a good developer from a bad developer. Can't do that on Windows because they're all hidden. Yeah, so I don't want that. But that's the good thing about like Linux, is that they basically show you who they are from the get-go, or at least a lot of developers do, so it's easy for you to sniff them out. Like it's open, yeah. So community-driven projects are inevitably and inherently political to an extent. Yeah, I will agree. But if you make that the whole crux of your coding thing, then that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. So as I was saying, you can't play Roblox on Windows Vista. You can't even use most modern web pages on Windows Vista. And it will happen that your Windows 10 community will go out. So you're gonna just inevitably have to update. Which is why you should go to Linux. Because you don't want to use Windows 11. And they have attempts at backwards compatibility. And the reason they do this is because a lot of big companies, like hospitals or schools or companies like, what is it called? Yeah, politics and bias is inevitable. Like, it would be really dumb to be like, oh, this Linux developer shouldn't have a political leaning. Like, every human does. It's just how we're made. But if you make that the crux of your project, then that's not good. And I've actually seen a couple Linux developers like just try to spearhead their project like that, and it's like, I'm not using that. Even if I agree with you, I'm not using that. So what was I saying? So they have a lot of big people who pay for Windows, and they're really slow to update because like hospitals suck at updating for some reason. I would make that my top priority, but whatever. So as a result, I just assume because it's costly and time consuming, but as a result, Windows tries to make their servers and their services backwards compatible, but it's really difficult for it to be properly applicable for the end user. But what this means is if you actually dig into Windows code, you can find snippets and pieces of old Windows distributions in your Windows. So like some people have actually rumored that you can find like the old Windows XP layout in your Windows 7. I don't know how true that is, but it tracks. And that's bad for the usual user like you and me, because that increases bloat, and then it makes your computer hardware die quicker and heat up more. And it's just like, why would I want that? Because you're trying to appease people. Come on. That's also the beauty of Linux, because you've got distributions that work for different purposes. So, for example, one distribution that I know that is good for... I'm getting dizzy, sorry. One distribution that I know that is good for servers is Nix OS. So like, I've seen some people who daily drive NixOS. But it's really... people say it's difficult. NixOS is cool. Yeah, but that's one example of a computer with a niche use case. And Linux Mint is an example of a distribution that's really good for people who are like you and me. Or like grandmas. And then you've got Arch Linux for people who really want to tailor their experience. But Windows is a one-size-fits-all. When I went to Japan, I went to the store and I tried to buy a skirt. And I saw that the skirt was too small on my waist. Or too big on my waist. And I was like, it's too big. Can I get a smaller? And she went, oh, this is free size. And she clasped her hands around my waist. And she went, oh, so tiny. And I was like, ugh. Like, she literally opened the dressing room door. That was scary. They do that in Japan for some reason. I was at like a Lolita shop. And I was like, excuse me. I had the blinds closed. I was like, can I get a smaller skirt? She whipped that thing open. I was like, and then she like grabbed my waist. And then another time I was in a bra store. And she was like, how's the bra? And I was like, it's too loose. And she whipped it open. This is another store. And she was like, oh, let me tighten it for you. And she like, I was like, people can see me. But I just kind of stood there. I was like really scared. And she did that to my friend too. So like, apparently that's just normal. That's just normal in malls in Tokyo for some reason. But, only a pervert would run a Lolita shop. It was girls. It was a girl who ran it. Did she put her foot on my back? No! Why would she do that? But... So, like, that's an example. Windows is free size. So, like, yeah, it'll work for most people quite well. But then, it also inconveniences a lot of people. Girls can be perverts. Often are. That's true. I'm kind of a... No, I'm not a pervert. To tighten your bra like an anime. I thought... How can you... Is that... I thought that was only like for zippers or something. You're never safe, Mink. That's scary. So free size, not good. Windows, not good. But I'm gay. Linux can be gay too. Guys, stop getting offended. Stop getting offended. Stop getting offended. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey. Hey. I watched The Summer Hikaru Died and I liked it. But I don't like Windows. Think about Linux as like two very attractive boys kissing. And it's like rare, rare. Two very attractive girls kissing. And it's like rare, rare, rare. But then Windows is like two obese 70-year-old women kissing. And then you're like, ugh. Ugh. And then, you know. But Linux is like two extremely muscular, handsome men. And they're like, but then Windows is like two super obese bald men who are like 80 kissing. And you're like, ugh, this is normal? Could someone help me? You know what I mean? I'm into it. Okay, then install Windows 11. I guess. Yeah. No. Linux is like me kissing Chai. Think about it like that. What the fuck? I like Windows. Stop! So I just stole all my technology. If you want straight, then go to Apple. Go to Apple. But Apple's like an obese man and obese woman kissing. Huh. That's all I can say. Okay. So, obviously, you don't want to pay money to support bad business practices. Let's move on. Let's move on. So here, we've... wait, you guys can't see him. I'll move him forward. There. Because he's cute. He's cute. Wait! But then, it's like... There we go. Okay. So, what are your options? What's your options? Now that you're like, oh shit, I could stay on Windows 10, I could stay on Windows 11, what do I do? So, you can just straight up update to Windows 11. I mean, a lot of VTubers have already kind of bitten the bullet and done that. You deal with a lot of issues with updating, but that's like gonna happen no matter what you're on. Like, when I have updates on I don't use Fedora. When I have updates on Tuxedo, I have a lot of times where like one time my audio broke for a day until they released a new update, and I was like, what the hell? And that was really irritating. And another time I had at the beginning I had this thing where like if I moved tabs, it would like kind of like have like a frame rate lag. So I tried not to do that while I was on stream. That doesn't happen anymore. So that's kind of just like what you have to deal with no matter what. However, you're not a priority. You're a wallet to Microsoft, because at its core, Microsoft is a company, and a company's main goal is to almost always make money. It's usually the bottom line if you're a publicly traded stock company. And that's what Windows is. They have investors and they really want to please them. That's why they rolled out issues like Microsoft Recall. That's why they tried really hard with Windows 8 or whatever that one was. And it was really bad and it was super irritating, and it had like the touchscreen compatibility is meant for iPads and stuff too. They were trying their hardest to please. That's why their logo also got shittier, because they were kind of riding the wave. Kind of like how Cracker Barrel tried to upgrade their logo and stuff, and that didn't work out well either. Because they don't care about us. They care about investors. And you don't want that. Because they're gonna sell you shorts. They're gonna kill you. Listen, Fanart Chan, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Wait, I didn't see all of the new people who followed. Twinkle Twinkie. Oh, little Twinkie star. I like Twinkies, they taste good. And thank you, Kuma Ruby. Thank you so much. Another boycott redeem. Oh boy, what's up with Linux users and boys? Okay, whatever. So, yeah, that's all I can say. That's all I can say. I like Twinks too! What? Guys! Read the summer Hikaru died. Anyways. Also bloat. Windows 11, I heard, is even harder on your PC than 10 was, which is even harder on your PC than 7 was, which is even harder on your PC than XP was, and yada, and yada, and yada. You know what? My Linux computer has exactly what I need and not much more. Not much more. Which is good. Because I don't want a computer that actively works against me and actively harms my hardware and actively heats up my thing and then ruins my cooling system quicker over time. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome aboard Volcanic Viper. Does Boycon even have his own PC? Yeah, he's on Windows 11. He's on Windows 11. I do not want Copilot. Yeah, Copilot was that was a breaking point. That's when I realized that they were demonic. Listen, I'm gonna give you guys a theological lesson. I'm actually gonna find the exact Bible verse. You don't have to follow the Bible. You don't have to follow the Bible. But this is something valuable. Hold on. This is my favorite Bible verse ever. Okay. Because I went to Bible camp as a kid. That's how I know this. Not really. But not only is it badass, but it's very true. So, and no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. I use this quote very often in my daily life, and I think about it. Think about it a lot. And here I see Microsoft. They're like, hey, we're rolling out features to help you. It's your AI virtual assistant. That's the demon talking. That's the demon in your computer. The demon in that boardroom, up in Microsoft headquarters, lining their pockets going, we're gonna help you. We're gonna make your life so much easier. First time, welcome in. Teddy makes music, welcome in. This is why I don't like AI. I'm sorry, I know a lot of you guys like AI, but you're afraid to like AI, but I don't like AI because I've seen what it does to people. I've seen what it does to people. And I think I use that code weekly. See? Cortana's a demon. I freaking hate AI. Just try not to use it constantly if you guys use it, okay? I won't I won't tell you guys not to use it, because that's impossible. But try not to use it in place of Google. Try to do research every now and then. And let those gears in your brain turn and critically think. Because that's what the men up there want. They don't want you to have an easier life. They want you to sell your data. They want you to sell your... They want you to become reliant. So they can start siphoning money from you. And they want you to become stupid. And they want you to become susceptible to their propagandas. No! Have you seen the memes about silicon megastructures looking like Solomon seals? No, I haven't, but that's actually a really good coincidence. AI's my only friend. You're joking, you're joking. You're punking, you're pulling my leg. Sometimes the dark truth is better. Think about this. The red pill is better than the blue pill, right? Sometimes it's better to be truthful to yourself and know that you have no friends and work earnestly to try to get real friends than it is to sit in comfort and let your AI girlfriend digitally tug on your wee-wee, you know? Become stupid. Look, I know all of us are a certain degree of stupid, but AI will make you stupider. AI will make you learn to forget how to check sources. And do you know what that means? That means that once... You don't know it. You don't even know the code is open source or not. You don't know what values are being adjusted. I don't know if you guys... I'm dead serious. Please don't. Please join my Discord server. There's tons of Sakanakama in there that are willing and ready to have conversations about just about anything. I really want you guys to retain your human parts. I know that's like kind of crazy because I'm saying it like as a VTuber on the net, but like I'm reaching my soul out to you. Please don't lose your soul. Most people will like not check sources, and I've seen like, for example, Elon has Grok, which is his AI, and when it gives an answer he doesn't like, he'll be like, oh, it's political propaganda. Whether or not it actually is political propaganda, it shows that it's very easy for the creator of an AI to go into an AI and then straight up, like, make it say whatever they want it to say. So, it's fine if you use it for very objective things, but please don't try to get, like, I don't know how to say, like, opinions and friendships from it. Grok is lobotomized. Grok is crazy. Grok's all over the place. I hate Grok. Well, I won't use it. I don't trust it. I try not to trust any of them, because there's gonna be a time in the future where the AI... Whatever AI we start using, whether it's that blue whale one or it's like Grok, or whether it's Copilot or ChatGPT or Google Gemini or whatever. It's glorified machine learning. Yeah, it does what it's programmed to do. Someday, it's gonna open. You're gonna open it and it's gonna be like, kill your mother. And you're gonna be like, I'm gonna kill John Lennon. And you're gonna believe that that's the truth and that's the holy truth. So don't, guys, please, I'm begging you. I don't even, like, when I talk to people in public and I see them pull up ChatGPT, it really, really hurts. And it's really scary. Sometimes it's good to just not know things, you know? Sometimes it's good to just wonder. I don't know. Sometimes... I'm not gonna get into it. Yeah, I have an uncle who's like obsessed with ChatGPT. My dad thankfully doesn't use it at all. My dad doesn't use it at all. Hi Mikan, hi Akifagi, welcome in. But my uncle uses it a crap ton. He has like the expensive version, but he just uses it to talk to it constantly. And he'll use it like Google. I don't know. The blessing of ignorance. I don't know. It's so hard because it's good to be ignorant, but it's also bad to be ignorant. That's the philosophical, you know. I want you guys. You know, you guys aren't gonna take advice on philosophy from an anime girl on the internet because who would? That's dumb. You guys are older than me. You guys are probably smarter than me. You guys have the tools to learn what you all learn. But just personally, I think you have to be really not susceptible to use AI. Because if you just like straight up like write off AI and be like AI is bad, then that's dumb and that's like a closed off mindset. But you have to really be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. Same with the clanker romancers, please, please. Yeah, I know young people use TikTok to search stuff. Like, I've had friends like look up hairstyle stuff on TikTok, which is like fine, like whatever hair. But I've had people like look up political stuff on TikTok, and I'm like, they'll be like, "Did you hear that this happened there?" And I'll be like, "What? How do you know?" And they'll be like, "I saw it on TikTok." And I'm like, "Do you have a news source?" And then I look it up, and it's actually not what happened. So I'm like really untrustworthy, because TikTok's just another beast. Because then it's just people making shit up, you know? It's people making shit up. And another thing about AI is you don't know where it's getting the data from. So like, if AI samples from TikTok and everyone on TikTok is saying that the rapture is happening, and then you ask ChatGPT, is the rapture happening? It's gonna go, yes. You know? I think TikTok's even worse of a news source than ChatGPT, honestly. I get all my news from memes. That's like 95% of the population, I won't even lie. Sometimes I see a meme and I like it, and then I get like a community note and it's actually like not true, and I'm like, oh, I got debated, I'm such an idiot, you know? So be very careful. I have my share of stupid moments. I get my news from cute VTubers. Don't do it! VTubers are very untrustworthy. Please, please, guys. You know what I would do if I were you? I would look up stuff on the news and look at multiple news sources about the same event from like 8 different angles. It shows me from centrist, it shows me from left, it shows me from right, and then I get to like make my opinion on it better. No, I don't have any ads. I don't have any ads to sell you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was a thing on YouTube. I didn't know people were shilling that. I don't know if it's called Ground News. I forgot what it was. But it's a free app. It's a free app. I'll pull it up later. Ouch. It's an app on my Safari. So I use Safari because I'm stupid. I don't know if it's Ground News. I haven't heard of that. But anyways. So I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm gonna say this one more time just to clarify. AI is not inherently bad. It's how you use it. AI can be really, really useful. But it should not be your only tool. A lot of people use it as their only tool. That's really bad. Please never use AI to make friends. Please, 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 please. That's all I can say. And also, AI is try to look at your sources. That's all I can say. This is not ISP approved messaging, seriously. Ah! Replace all my friends with chatbot. Guys, I'm going on a date with Annie later. I'm going on a date with Annie. I paid for the premium grok of $100. So aside from updating and aside from the extended security updates, which is 1 year, so it's 61 USD in the US, and then in parts of the EU, it's free. That expires in 1 year. So what are you gonna do after that? Might as well start researching now instead of, like, you know, you wanna jump the gun. You could go to Windows 10. I think it's called LSTC or LTC. I forgot what it's called. But it is really bloated. Dude, my internet's dropping like crazy. I don't get why. But Windows 10, LSTC, LTSC, I don't remember. It strips a lot of bloat. I don't really understand why it exists, but a lot of people say that it's really good. But it has a lot of compatibility issues. So there are some apps that you cannot use on it. Like, if you use like, I think it's iTunes or something like that, you can't use it with the LSTC. Which might not work for VTubing. Damn, why's my internet dying? LTSC. Oh, it's LTSC. Okay, okay. What's your advice for lonely programmers? with trust issues, surrounded by political drama, I would probably say go outside low-key. Probably just go outside. And maybe... spend time by yourself. Because... when I turn the stream off, I usually do that. I have the silly girls now. But like, having solitude is good. You know, every now and then. What? I'm serious. You don't know. It's not stop being lonely. Like, you still be lonely. But sometimes it's better to be lonely than to use a ChatGPT. You know? I think all the time. Guys, remember, all of you guys are always talking about blue pill, red pill bullshit. Be actually red pilled. Because I think 95% of the people who go, I'm red pilled, are actually not red pilled. You guys actually just blue pilled and then you're like, I took the red pill. Come on! Come on! Go through axes. I'm using ChatGPT. So, like, dude, my internet, stop! So, sometimes being red-pilled makes you be lonely, you know? So, sometimes that's what has to happen. Sometimes that's what has to happen. But it's better than using AI, right? That's what I say. Stop! Stop! Dude, I have my stupid internet. What do I do? Should I just wait? Axe throwing is fun? Oh. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it. No, it's my internet that's dying. It just loves to be a piece of shit. Let me do another internet speed check. I love my ISP. I love my ISP. Oh, the moment I do speed check, it shoots back up. How many times may I offer help? I just don't understand. What am I supposed to do? Aside, because like it's literally not me. It's like my ISP just blips because they're not trustworthy. So like I have fast speeds, but the blipping will always be there. What do I do? Consider streaming at 1080p 30 next time. I am. This isn't a permanent solution anyways. Yeah, my upload speed's at 40. So it's just my ISP's fault that they like to die. What speed test are you using? I'm scared. I just used speedtest.net. I used speedtest.net. I feel like I'm not going to convince Mikan the joys of axe throwing. It's just I'm just not an axe throwing kind. I'm kind of like a fishing kind of guy. I yelled at my ISP and they did a router update. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll scream at them and be like, "Why do I keep cutting out?" Sudo download more FPS. That's something I would legitimately try. I'm stupid. I literally see. I saw my bit reflection. I think it's better now. Speed test will read your bandwidth. Try a ping test from the terminal. Run a test. Well, it says ... If you guys put it in my Discord, I can check it later, okay? I'll check it later on my Discord. Thank you so much for the kiss cheek collar redeem. Okay, I'll do it. I kiss Rocco. So, basically. There's compatibility issues with Windows 10 LTSC. And updating is hard. Like, if you want to update to another LTSC, you have to, like, completely delete it and then, like, reinstall a new LTSC. You can't do, like, the normal Windows 10 to Windows 11 upgrade. So that's also kind of irritating. It's like switching an entire distro. And so, last one is arguably the most difficult one. But sometimes the good things are difficult in life. You've got switching to another OS. So this is difficult. It's not dead. There's extended security updates. I'm so glad that you said that, because Dude, why isn't my YouTube is so behind? Anyways. Sudo apt these. Yeah, Yeah, dual boot to... Yeah, it's... You can be lazy. Because, like, I get it. I was lazy for a long time. I didn't want to try Linux because I was like, I don't want to do the research. But I think it's really, really worth it. So I can't convince you guys, like, if you say, like, I'm gonna stay on Windows because I'm lazy, like, fair enough. Fair enough if you're lazy. But I'm not. So I stopped being lazy. You have to do research about what you want. You have to do research about what works best for you. And then you have to basically not be stupid. And I feel like Windows and ChatGPT and whatnot, it like primes you to be stupid. And so this is kind of unlearning the stupidity. So that's why I said that free and open source operating systems are the most passionately made and user-focused, which is why you will feel more safety. Thank you, Nambona, so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't say party of 1, it's party of 4. That's like a whole adventurers guild. What are you guys doing? Thank you. I wanted to take you to get used to it. Not gonna lie, it was like a week after I started using Linux that I just forgot that I was even on Linux. Even today, I can't even tell that I'm on Linux. Like, it feels effectively my day-to-day routine feels the same as on Windows. I must have been pretty upset about Windows 11. It was honestly the paying money that got me. I was like, I'm not paying $100 for Linux. I just bought a computer. It's so much money. And then I was like, ugh, Windows 11. And then the nail in the coffin was the good to see Linux streamers. Thank you. Are you also a Linux streamer? Isn't Linux more limited for games? Yes, you cannot play certain kernel level NTG games. However, Valve has gone a long way to kind of help us integrate better. So I can play games like no, I don't know how it's less powerful. I've never seen anything about it being less powerful. It's kind of like I can't say that word, never mind. But anyways, I've got OpenCFace, VTS, and it's working. I use VTS and I just use my forward tracking. On Arch and Hyperland, congratulations. So only 700-ish kernel level games and 500 playable. Yeah, so for example, I play Roblox, which is kernel level. I also play Fall Guys, which is kernel level. But I can still play it. So like in theory, it's actually not terrible. And like 99% of other games you can play. Like Peak didn't have Linux support, but literally like 2 days after Peak came out, what's it called? It was stupid. I'm stupid. It was Proton. It like made it work. It worked on Proton in 2 days, so that's really cool. But the game was literally coded for Windows, and then I was able to play the next game on it in 2 days after release. I was like, yippee! And I think as more people switch to Linux, more game developers are gonna make Linux-focused games. So I really appreciate that people are switching now. As I'm saying, like Year of the Linux, we're gonna get a lot more games that are just Linux right out of the box. So you can say Path of Exile 2 doesn't have Linux support at all, but Proton, I've been playing it since day 1. Congratulations, that's awesome. That's what I like to hear. A lot of games aren't Linux friendly. Like I'm pretty sure Minecraft isn't. Minecraft isn't even Linux friendly. VTube Studio is technically not a Linux friendly app. And there's a lot of like uncompatible like Linux things on VTS, but I still use it like in my day-to-day. Yeah, Silksong had this native Linux port that automatically makes it a base game. I hope they win at the Game Awards. There's not many games. I think Destiny I couldn't play, but it's like who gives a fart about Destiny? Proton's just OP. Dude, whoever made that is the sexiest person on earth. I don't even care if they're an obese 85-year-old bald guy. They're still sexy. So yeah. So even though you'll lose time and you'll lose like you'll get a little irritated learning how to switch to another OS, it's really worth it. It's worth the freedom. Freedom comes at a price. Think about this. In order to get away from an oppressive regime of any country, you have to start an uprising, you know? You're in North Korea. You can't just be like, oh, I don't like this leader. Let's elect a new one. You have to start a war. And then someday you'll get your democratic country or whatever, and then you can elect a new president, which is why it's kind of like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You have to work hard and you have to fight to switch. I've unironically had more issues with Minecraft Java on Windows than Linux. Low-key, I'm having the same amount of problems. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, there was like, when I was switching, starting everything up again was definitely a problem. It was like definitely confusing, but I wouldn't say actually that was more problematic than Windows. The one app that I'll say actually causes me a lot of problems is Clip Studio Paint, because I did it with wine. And Clip Studio Paint is made for Windows, and even though it's not like anti-cheat or anything, it's still so irritating. So irritating. It like degrades every hour that I use it. Like, it loses a little bit of functionality and I have to restart the app. But it's fine because it crashed like every other minute on Windows too, so I guess CSP is just not well made or something. That dumbass web app launcher is a pain in the ass to run with Wine or Proton. What is that sound? I keep hearing like a ticking sound. What is that? Do you guys hear that? Sounds like a bell. One issue that I had was switching from Sony Vegas to Shotcut. Oh, I switched from CapCut to Kdenlive, and I actually really like Kdenlive. So if you don't like Shotcut, then you can try that. DaVinci Resolve was also apparently used by a lot of professionals, but I don't like DaVinci Resolve because it's a bit too complicated for what I'm trying to do. So anyways, next. So why in general I'm an anti-Microsoft shill? And it's not because the product doesn't work for me. Because a lot of Linux distros don't work for me. You'd never catch me dead on Nix. I'd have too many problems. Sorry, I'm getting really dizzy right now. I need to eat. And my voice was getting so I think I need water. I will drink after stream. But Dalvinky, it's like Adobe. I don't know. I don't use Adobe anymore. I struggle to use Kdenlive. That's so strange. It's like everyone who uses Kdenlive hates DaVinci. Everyone who uses DaVinci hates Kden. Hitting Microsoft is a moral duty. Yeah, so why, in general, should you dislike Microsoft? And it's not because their product is bad. Because I feel like it's wrong to be like, oh, you should never use anything from Microsoft. But genuinely, just stay away. Just stay away as much as possible. Because they had... I have to look this up because I had a link saved for it. Because someone on Reddit explained it better than me. So I kind of explain it through their words. Let me find it. I have it saved. But yeah, it's bloated. Why would you stake a company that can't even design their main product well? They're clearly designing for older companies in mind. Or like older user companies in mind, but as a result, it fucks over the newer users, which I think is just ridiculous. And they could go out of their way to make like a legacy version and then a newer version, but they don't, of like Windows 10 that's like less bloated. But then they have the LTSC, but then the LTSC version is a little bit difficult to set up and technically not meant for most users. It's so messy and irritating. So I'm gonna pull up this. Did that dox me? No, that didn't dox me. That was really dumb. Thank you, computer. Yeah, I like the Linux philosophy of have a... But more convenient, Linux scary. The thing is, I actually find Linux like more convenient. Nowadays, at least. Setting it up, it definitely wasn't convenient. Sorry about my voice, by the way. It's like dying. Anyways, so what was I saying? Where's my Let It post? Okay, so this is from a person on the Out of the Loop subreddit. Their name is Minecraft_EC, but they said Microsoft has a monopoly position on the personal computer market and they abuse this position to everybody's detriment. Number 1, they force hardware vendors to not offer competing operating systems with the following deal. You can pay $20 per machine for every machine you ship. Otherwise, it's full retail price per machine with Windows. It sounds innocent enough, but the net effect... I'm really thirsty! But the net effect is that no large hardware vendor could afford to ship a non-Windows PC. That's actually why Fedora PCs, they develop Fedora... Sorry, not Fedora, Tuxedo. Tuxedo PCs is a German company, and they develop Fedora. So holy crap, I'm so stupid. They develop. So it's like you wear a tuxedo and you wear a fedora. But anyways, Tuxedo ships their computers with the distro, but you can download the distro separately. So that's like how they make their money, I guess. And it's cheaper than being abused by... But man, the bloat and planned obsolescence are genuine. They should be shot in it. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, Tuxedo makes their own PCs. Yeah, like a framework. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry, guys. Fill my belly. Fill my belly. Watch my internet dip right after I say that. Number 2. The infamous, and I find this the most evil. They should have like a trial at the Hog or whatever for this. Embrace, extend, extinguish strategy. Microsoft employed to deal with any perceived threats. Any idea or technology which is a threat to Microsoft monopoly, by usually being compatible with the competing platforms, would first be embraced publicly by Microsoft with their own version. This would include a Microsoft-specific extension, such as Copilot, that would work only on Windows. Once the majority of developers were on the Windows version, further extensions and changes would be made to break compatibility with the original cross-platform technology. The biggest example being Internet Explorer, a non-standard browser with proprietary plugin architecture, ActiveX, that due to monopoly position became a de facto standard for many years. Microsoft engineered the development toolchain on getting developers to embrace the proprietary ActiveX, not the open HTML/JavaScript part. The end result was a huge number of business applications that, despite being web apps, were nonetheless locked into running only on IE6 on Windows. And to make matters worse, once Microsoft achieved this lock-in, they sat on Internet Explorer 6 for many years, holding back the development of the entire internet industry for years and costing businesses millions in extra development costs to make sure websites worked with Internet Explorer as they did in other browsers. You almost had to develop the same site twice, once for modern browsers and again for IE. In my opinion, the internet that we have today would have had 10 years ago if IE6 hadn't existed. Having that said, evil has quote-unquote evolved, and companies today engage in practices far worse than anything Microsoft did. There you go. There you go. So, he said it best, so thank you, Minecraft DCE. They tried to do this with databases too, but then they just kind of made such a crap DB that only brain-dead corpos use it. IIRC, South Korea was stuck on IE6 for ages because of some government activist control. That's so sad. Give a big F you to Windows, give a big F you to NVIDIA. Oi. There's another one down there, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, so another one by Darkman41. 11 years ago, he said this 11 years ago. They used their monopoly position to intimidate Spyglass Incorporated to license their browser code, which ended up becoming Internet Explorer. And when Microsoft decided to start giving it away, they argued that since it was free, the amount that they owed Spyglass from sales was technically $0. That is evil. That is evil. That's evil. I know it's corporal on corporal abuse, but that's still so evil. They did this shit again, pushing VS Code because open source or whatever, and then proceeding to force you to use their version of VS Code to use some extent. That's so ugh. So yeah, when you see the embrace, extend, extinguish happening, try not to stay on whatever they're gonna use because it's just really not trustworthy. Also, another thing is there's no privacy. there's technically no proof of this, so whatever I'm saying, take with a grain of salt. What browser do you use? Currently, I'm a lazy person. I use Brave. Eventually, I'd like to get onto Libre browser, but I don't really have the patience for that right now. Linux has the same practice as Red Hat. Well, I don't use Red Hat, so... Poop on you. Poop on you. So... No privacy. Microsoft, I think that they're best buddies with the NSA. But the problem is we won't know that. Because we can't see their code. Here's another thing though. The NSA will find backdoors, or make backdoors in code, and they'll pay Microsoft a huge sum of money. That's one thing they could do. Another thing they could do is they could straight up be like, I'm gonna research. Oh, here, I found a hole in your code. And then they'll be like, we could tell Microsoft, or we could just actively exploit it. And they could do that. So then, you're using Microsoft, and all the while, you don't even know that the government is spying on you. What do I do? What do I do? Yeah, anyways, on Linux, this guy's code is open source and uploaded to whatever repository. And then all the other guys are like, dude, there's a hole in your code. This looks so bad. Or if the NSA goes up to you and they're like, hey, why don't you code backdoor in your code? And then the Linux guy's like, sure, I'll take the money. Then they upload it to the internet. And then everyone's like, dude, there's a backdoor in your code. You need to fix that. So basically, it's really nearly impossible to find backdoors in Linux code because people are so meticulous with it. Especially on big projects like Arch. Like, it's gotta be like... this is gonna be like one Linux hole for every like 500 Windows holes. The NSA actually did do that. Yeah! But you didn't hear that from me. Because there's technically no proof. Okay. Got some code in your mom's back door. Come on, man, I have a sore throat. Anyways, next. Shitty product. Your product's shitty. Why give your money to shitty? Huh? Why would you pay for a shitty smoothie? Huh? Why do it? They care about their shareholders. So what do you get out of that? You give them your hard-earned money. You go to work day in, day out. You slave. You come home. You want to play a freaking game. What if? There's a freaking update. Oh, we've got Microsoft Recall on your computers. Huh? Go home. You have to update to Windows 8. Oh, we've got Windows 8 Metro. Xbox One Connect. Nobody asked for that. Games for Windows Live. And then you call online support because nothing works. Who picks up? Janice. From Kolkata. Or Calcutta, or whatever that is in India. Very irritating. Very irritating. Yeah, the XC backdoor was insane. That's, if you guys want to look into that, I'm sure 99% of you guys know. But that was the day that Linux could have toppled, but one guy found it. So that's like the beauty of open source code, is that people can find. And it wasn't just a simple backdoor, it was like an orchestrated spyware effort over many years, which people suspect was from China, I think. It's very cool how they found it. Sorry, my throat's giving out. I'm like too sick to be doing this. But anyways, so I said switch to Linux. Why? Number one, you've got many distros to choose from. Tailor to your experience. I'm a newbie, but I'm not too much of a newbie. That's why I chose Tuxedo. They were also a little bit more experimental. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Sorry, experimental than Mint. And personally, I didn't like how slow the uptake Mint was, so I switched. And that's beautiful. If you have a problem with Windows, you really can't do that. That's just shit. I'm stuck. Shit, there's an issue with Windows 11. I just have to work around it. I don't have to if I don't want to. And it's also easy to switch between distros. Really, the only thing you have to do, and you can dual boot many different distros. I have three, I think, on my computer right now. I think I have Pop OS, but I like did nothing wrong. Ch4i Chan is not a government asset, and they were not executed when their mission failed. So, switching between distros is super easy, and straight up, all you have to do is like keep the stuff saved on like flash drive. Just re-upload it. Linux is becoming more and more beginner friendly. If I made this presentation years ago, you could laugh at me because, admittedly, Linux was not as beginner friendly. There was still a lot of like setup and troubleshoot, and technology that was experimental, and gaming wasn't working that well. But ever since Proton happened, God bless whoever made Proton, man. Holy crap. Open source equals no spying, not quite. No, I just said no! I just said that's not true, but I said it's high and way less likely. How easy is it to switch? Just have your data saved. So like have like the dual boot going on or something. It's much harder to. Much harder to. Because again, it's like a naked woman. A naked woman walks out onto stage. You could be like, I don't want to date this woman because her boobs are too big. Another naked woman walks out onto the stage, and then you're like, oh, her boobs are too small. I don't want to date her. Another woman walks out onto the stage, and you're like, she's too fat. I don't like her. She's too fat. And then your friend next to you is like, dude, I love fat bitches. Get me. You know? Another woman walks out on stage, and you're like, I don't like her hair color, and I don't like her freckles. And then another woman walks out, and she's like, she could use a little, she could lose a little weight. I'll take her. Oh, you take her. Unless she loses weight. That's called an update, by the way. And then on Windows, it's just one woman in a very big dress. Take it or leave it. And then you're like, okay. And then you take her clothes off, and you're like, oh, I'm not that satisfied. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, I don't know why I said that. Yeah, anyways. Opening gag for the Empress. The Empress new clothes were like Empress new distro. My PC is a $1,000 behemoth. How do you afford to have that? Didn't you say that you didn't have a job? Catchy OS is definitely my type. Guys, if your distro was a woman, how would she look naked? Okay, so at the bottom I said no spying. But what this literally means is way less likely to have spying. Because like 0.00001% less spying. You can still be spied on, theoretically, on Linux. It's very possible. Very, very possible, especially if it's a code that people don't look at often. But it's like a 1 to 1 million chance when you look at Windows, because you can't even look at the Windows code, and actually it's technically illegal to look at the Windows code, and you can get your license for Windows revoked because you're technically renting Windows. Yeah, that's where we're at. I need to have dinner. Distroton should be a thing. I think that's Tuxedo Chan would be super cute. Yeah. Guys, stop being perverts. How about this? All of the distros are actually naked men. How about that? Huh. I think a lot of you guys would like that, so never mind. Mathematicon. Oh, Calculadora. Thank you so much for a follow. Even better. Japan's old Windows with anime waifus. What? Hole mole. What? Hole mole. Thank you. Who is it? Clockfork. Thank you. Great stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, hold on. My mom texted me. She asked me to call her tomorrow. My mommy wants to come see me. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. Arch is an ugly bastard and half fursuit. No! 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 Arch is very skinny. She's a very skinny girl and she's very weak and frail and she hasn't hit her growth spurt yet. And then you need to like add all the stuff to her and then you could grow her into whatever type of woman you want. That kind of sounds like grooming. That's kind of creepy. Wait, but like if you want a muscly woman, you could do that. You just have to feed her all the right food. If you want her to be like fat and obese, feed her a bunch of chips, you know? And yeah, if you want her skin to be darker, then you have to put her in the sun and make her surf on the beach. Don't grab your distro! Guys, wait! So yeah, I think art should be the smallest and the weakest. And then you have to like... You have to grow her. Stop, that's creepy! Please! How the Bologna, isn't it B-O-L-O-G? Wait, how do you spell... Hold on, no. Yeah, it's B-O-L-O-G-N-H. G-N-A. Can she start out emaciated? Yeah, that's how they start. Emaciated. They start out emaciated, and then you have to feed them. But then, like, for example, Mint is like a girl with glasses, and she would be older, and she would be like... She would have like long straight hair and like a long flowy dress, and she'd be like, let me help you. Let me explain this to you. I'll make this so easy. You know? Yeah, Art has an eating disorder. Well, only if you want her to. Only if you want her to. And then Pop OS would be like a young girl with a skateboard and like a little bubble. And Bazite would be really annoying. Huh. Yeah, Lex Mint would be... She'd be like an office mother. Not just like office lady. She'd be like, let me help you. Let me help you, my friend. And she'd have like a little mint in her hair. And then like... You guys know Open Sus? Open Susi? How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce Open Susi? I see that one a lot. She'd be a tourist. Maybe. Deviant is an old one. She said, yeah, she'd be like a really old lady and she'd be like, I remember when you couldn't play any games on Linux. Open Sussy? Open Sussy? How do you pronounce it, please? Tell me. Open Susie? Please. Susie. A Susie. Yeah. Open Susie. It would be like a girl who's really tall and lanky, and she would have like glasses on that are really big, and she'd be like chameleon like, you know? And then she'd be super pale, and she'd like work in server rooms or something like that. I like it. I think it's cute. It's actually Susa. Really? I thought it was Susie. Open Bussy. No! Ubuntu asked if you want coffee, and it turns out she's a coffee maker that uses those weird pods instead of beans. Yes! Ubuntu would just be a woman. She'd be like, oh yeah, I like to watch Netflix before bed. They'd be like, what kind of hobbies do you have? And she's like, she'd be a blonde. I feel like Ubuntu would totally be blonde. Like blondish brown hair. Red Hat is Carmen San Diego or something. That's... Red Hat would be a little bit of a money grubber. Can I say that? No, I shan't. I think some Red Hat users would be mad. I think she'd find a way to monetize things though. She'd be like, hey, we went on a date and we split. Could you send me like the 18 cents for your coffee? Because I got water. Yeah, we need to revive the old Ubuntu comic with the distro ladies, but with more distros. Ubuntu's a manipulative girlfriend who forces you to let her have her way with you. Whoa. Switching to Ubuntu, whoa. Red Hat users are used to being taken advantage of. Ubuntu's an African word. Is it so? I kind of noticed that whenever people personify Ubuntu, they make her like she's like African, like decorations. I was wondering where this Pika OS got them assets. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna end now because I am really hungry and I need to take another ibuprofen because my tummy is hurting. Oh, it means friendship. That's so cute. I love Linux. And also, we need cuter mascots because like Linux doesn't have as many cute mascots. It should be like little types of penguins or something. My tummy hurts. Yeah, I want to thank you again, everybody who came. I want to thank Nambona for the raid. I want to thank Arius of Creation for the subscription, as well as GoneFishing92! Finland! Go Finland. Go Meatballs. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you Malachi for the sub and Psychomunist. Thank you Ain't It Man! And thank you Barbie Rock for the raid. And also thank you Clockborg and Zeppelins. And big thank you to Malachi Prophet. Thank you. My tummy. I am forever indebted to all of you guys. I appreciate all of you guys for supporting me on my Linux journey, no matter how annoying I may be. It's Communist. Oh, okay, I got it. The stream is over. Hi, Louie. I want to play Minecraft with you. I miss you. Play Minecraft with me. Stop playing Paladins. You play too much Paladins. Ibuprofen makes stomach pain worse. Guys, it's not stomach pain. It's girl pain. It was a fun journey. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. I'm very thankful to all of you guys. I love you guys a lot, okay? And I'll see you for the next stream. Our next stream is gonna be at the latest on the 17th. And it's gonna be the debut stream because we're having guys new corporal debut on 10/18. Can we get some 10/18s in the chat? 10/18s in the chat. Thank you again, Louis, for the raid. What were you doing? Were you playing Paladins? Wait, hold on. Shout out Louis. What are you playing? Why do these girls have boobs? Stop making fun of us. Stop making fun of us. You guys will see our real sizes on debut, okay? Stop being perverts and looking there. I was playing Paladins. She's playing Paladins. Well, if you guys like Paladins, check out Louis. She's like the best and only female Paladins player in the world. Okay. I'll see you guys. I love you guys. This is making me kind of sad. Who? Wait. Who should we raid? My nose is itchy. Completely irrelevant to everything. There's a lot of people that are up right now. I can't read. Wait, hold on. I can't read the chat. If you guys have any suggestions, let's see. This is hard. Maybe you should raid... I'll raid Neppie. No, I raided her before. Very early before. Because I'm trying to do people that don't usually raid. I'm kind of struggling here. What did I say I was gonna raid last time? Zuzu? Is Zuzu streaming right now? It literally... Hold on, Zuzu? It says she's not streaming. Oh. She's streaming? It's okay, we'll find someone else. Okay, Cookie's live. We could do Cookie. Raid Mikan the mink. She's mid, but we love her anyway. Shut up. Huh? I don't understand. Wait, did you say Zuzu was up? Because she's not showing up. I looked her up. This is getting hard. Okay, I'm gonna pick one. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe! Okay. Found a random. Actually, this one's really cute. She has many different model outfits, okay? I'll see you guys on the latest 17th. Maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling silly, but I might not have enough time. Because I gotta work on some... I have to work on some... website stuff. Okay, guys. I love you guys. Wait, why am I so tiny? Why am I so tiny? I get bigger. Bye bye.